All right, folks, just starting to get set up. We don't have any puppies nearby, so I guess no sense for holding up the puppy cam right now. I got a little chat window going. Where else do I gotta click a few more settings here? Been working on the STBB challenge here. Got a track more or less together. I know it's a little tiny. If anybody's interested, after I get this recorded, we can go over settings, but I was going to just record it into the SP404 Mark II, maybe do some end of chain, bus 3, bus 4 effects, and see if we like it more. There is also a new firmware beta 9 for 4.1 for the M8 here, so I could upgrade and go mess with that. There's some new limiter settings options, so it might be interesting to go check that out. But for anybody that's super curious, my current mess that I've made for myself as a challenge for this beat battle has been to run everything off of one row, and it's like a I don't know, it's like a 40 bar track or something. Like I had to do some weird things. Part of the challenge was to not have everything be 4 on the floor, or 4/4 or whatever. Kind of is 4/4 still, but got some polyrhythms and stuff going on. Anyway, let's a couple more clicks here. I'm almost done. And let's find a empty page to record into. EFX settings. So it's already pretty low. We're going to need to probably increase the output level. See how high? I think I usually get up to it on like FB or F8 without clipping. All right, so far seems okay. See if there's any. I wonder if we might be skipping bus effects from here. Let's exit out. Yeah. All right. I had to hit remain to get ext source to be back to bus 1, so it's not skipping all the way. But now we're definitely clipping. I think it's just the SP404 bar 2. We'll get it. I've been finding it's like about halfway is good on the TX6 mixer. Might have plus 4 dB over there. Not sure. Okay, back to here. We got equalizer vinyl. It's not bad. It's kind of muddy. It does have a kind of nice effect on that rain sound. I have also been thinking it could use some reverb. Like maybe let's just dial in. Let's go bypass. Just grab the good old SX reverb. We'll start there. It's like a 80-20 maybe. I'm intentionally going 100%. I just want to get the tone of it. I think I'm going to go lighter. All right, let's go like 80-20. Maybe even like a little bit higher. Just trying to listen. Maybe 95.5. Just keep it subtle. All right. I do kind of like this without getting too much into twiddling. Again, this is just too muddy. So number one, we don't need an extra reverb on top of the reverb. This would be fun if I wanted a breakdown. This would be another one, like, could be a fun breakdown, but not doing it. All right, let's go to 1. I think like a lot of these other ones are just too muddy, and I've been trying to keep it chill, a little dirty, but not super muddy. All right. I think we're good to record. Get some tea here. Ooh, still too hot. When I was recording this earlier, I was definitely getting some digital clipping, which is no good. But I think the USB output was too hot. I didn't hear it in the headphones when I was listening through the output jack. There's time, but I think you still got like at least another 12 hours if anybody wants to go to the STBB Forever forum, sign up and go check out, what is this, 937 for the beat battle. Should probably go log into it, add the comment to the description in case anybody's interested. I thought this was supposed to end. This sounds like it's going forever. What the heck's going on here? Yeah, we should get a break. Oh, we gotta exit out. I just have something that's not finishing. This is a problem with how hacky I did this, because it's only, a lot of this is like 1 bar. So I had to do some weird stuff. Yeah, I gotta play it the whole way through to find out what is still playing. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to listen to this track as many times as I did today in the last few days. Hopefully it's not too bad to listen to. Go edit the description while this is playing. STBB. STBB Forever number 937. Beat Battle Forum URL. Alright, I don't know if this will update for anybody that's out there right now, but it will. At least anybody new coming in should be able to find it. Can I drop it in the chat? I don't know, it's not letting me paste. Alright. So, if anybody's curious, this page, this table 8, is the real trick for using one bar mostly to cheat. Because basically every time a note triggers for this instrument, it's moving down, and I'm using this as a volume to turn on or off the track. So what's going to happen is we're going to get to the D here. I know these are like super tiny to see. As I said, once I get it recorded, I'll hook it up so you can actually see the display. I'll talk through what I'm doing, because it is a little goofy. But because I'm doing this goofy thing, I have to like listen through the whole thing. I could probably table hop or something, but because I'm basically turning tracks on and off, I don't exactly know what the state is. So I think this is where we fell off the rails. There was something still playing when we, because that turns off. That is turning off everything. Okay, I guess maybe I wasn't paying attention when I should have been. All right, we're gonna go record one more time. This time we'll actually record. I'll pay attention to the track, and then I'll have something I can upload to SoundCloud once I export it. But this time we'll get there. I'm going to show you. This is like, I think I counted, it's 36 notes total that I programmed. It's not very many. And I think it's like 9 samples. Just trying to do like weird things or change them up to program them or give them some movement so it doesn't sound like it's the same thing, even though it kind of is. Let me go find a USB cable. Just to get ready. There we go. Get ready with the ground noise isolator so I don't have to listen to the hum. And then we'll be ready to go. Do I know where that 3D fulcrum comes from, the MC909? I don't have an MC909. I did want one at one point for a while, but I don't know what you're mentioning for a fulcrum on the MC909. I apologize. All right. And we're done. Oh no. It was not in count in weight. My goodness. See, guys, I'm just noobing it up. The spinning thing. Oh, you mean like on the display here? When the screensaver comes in? Yeah, I did not know that. I'm trying to think when, like, how long ago was it that the 909 was on my radar? I did not know that. Well, thank you for the information. Learn something new all the time. The next thing that's going to go wrong is I'll run out of battery power on the M8. I'll get upset. While this is going, I guess I can start getting Chrome ready. M8.run. Let's see. Application. Switch it to Chrome. Google Chrome. It sees M8.run. Okay. We're close. I can feel it. Let's see if the display looks okay for it's a little bit tiny, but should be okay. Once we zoom in, feel like 10 more bars maybe. That gallop sound is it was fun to make. All right. We'll wait for it to fade out. All right. We are good. Okay. Now we can plug in. Oh, now we have our ground loop issue. Let's plug in again. Okay. Ground loop isolator is in, and M8.run looks good. You can slide. Actually, let's go disable the effects settings on the SP404 Mark II. I'll just slide it out of the way. Now we can talk through what the heck this whole thing is. So, for anybody that's interested, the only thing I just played was this top column, or this top row, and I moved things around to actually get this to be 8 tracks. I'll kind of explain what I was doing. So, kick drums. For the STBB beat battle, the challenge was to kind of do polyrhythms or like some other stuff to kind of mix things up. So, a problem with, I can't just play this right now. So if I hit play, what's happened, you can see it's animating up top, but the issue is to get this whole thing to work, I had to set all of the mixer levels to 0. And I'll go through and explain like how I was turning this on and off, but just so that I can actually demo this, actually I should save it first. Let's go save, not load, save. Okay, got it saved. Let's go back and I'll go back down. So I'm going to set all these to E0 because this is actually like what I was setting all of these to. And now I can actually play this and show you what's going on. So, I can turn this up higher. Are we clipping? We're close, but we're not clipping yet on the SP404. All right. So basically, it's just a it was five events. So, and the nth here is having it play over here every first and third phrase that we play. And then the hop is just saying go back to the beginning. So it's kind of just doing like these double taps and kind of like a moving pattern. If we go to the here, so this is the kick that's going on. You'll see that the 16 bars total. I have some fills that also drop in some delay and some other, and kind of give some velocity changes just to kind of keep it moving. If we go to this track, you're going to see we've got, well, this is two different instruments. Instrument 1 is a clap, I think, and then the other one's instrument 7 is a clap, instrument 1 is the snare. So if I play this, it's kind of moving. And you're seeing like the chance here. It's a very low chance for it to play this clap, and you can hear like it sounds kind of weird. And the reason why is I have like edited this thing, and I've changed the starting point. No detune, but I was going through a high pass filter and stuff. And if you want to hear what it originally sounded like, actually I go to the kick as well, but that's what this originally sounded like. But I'm changing the starting point, running it, as you can see, through reverb. It's not very, the dry is pretty low, so it's much more reverb sounding. So like going through a high pass filter. Similarly, the snare here isn't going through quite as much. So it's just kind of like, this is just what it was posted up for STBB for samples. I got the kick sound as well, which is this. I don't think we're not clipping. That's just what it sounded like. And I did some pretty heavy filtering here, no amplification or anything, but just changed it so you can kind of like this more subdued kick. The hat pattern is another one. So the kick is just 5/16 notes. The snare and clap is the full 16th notes out of the bar. This one is doing a hop at 5. So we're running 6 notes for this, which is the hats, which kind of gives you this sound. Oh, thanks. Yeah, like, I don't know. I just like going through and tweaking this stuff to kind of keep it moving. In particular, the hats here, I'm going through some pretty aggressive panning that I just got automated. It's not synced or anything. It's just going back and forth just to keep it moving so that it doesn't like get stale just playing the same thing over and over. And you can see here some of these notes, the third one and the fifth are on an nth. So this one plays the first and third pattern phrases that get played, and this one plays the first and fourth, just to kind of keep it so that it's got a similar double tap rhythm, but sometimes we get triple and sometimes we get an extra note in here. This is what, 12/16 notes. So it's going to, the hop's just making it so it keeps playing over and over again. And yeah, like timbre, this is, I don't know, I've been just getting deep diving into trackers. This is like the percussion, and this is the one that kind of gets that galloping sound. So, again, whoops, like turn it up a little on the SP404 Mark II. Again, like the nths here are just basically saying how frequently it plays. This plays on the first and fourth. Again, this is first and third, first and fourth, first and third. And the hop is just making it so that we're not playing a full bar. It's it's going to keep repeating over and over. And then I do have, you can see this is going dry, getting chorus, and a lot of chorus, a lot of delay. And the delay is what's really giving it the galloping noise. The chorus is kind of giving it a little bit extra texture. I'm detuning it quite a bit. And if you want to hear what the original sound is, it's like a wood block. So if you had ever imagined that's what a wood block could sound like, there you go. Nothing really crazy going with the filter here. And what the other piece is to kind of keep it changing. This note column in the table, every time it plays, 0, 0 is just not impacting the pitch at all. When it plays this one, it's pitching it up 1. The 0 one's pitching it up 1. FF's down 1. Then I play it at 0, 0 again as normal. 2's pitched up, two semitones. 0, 0 is back to normal, and then FE's down 2 semitones. So I'm trying to. I was doing this intentionally to make it so it's a disconnected pattern. So it's playing that 12-note pattern, but then it's got a 7-note pitch change that's just kind of going on to kind of keep it moving around. So it's a little bit of a different sound going on. And then here we go. Track 5 is the bass. So this is 7 notes again. You wish you had my drive, like my physical drive, the SD card that's in this thing, or a different drive, big tower. So I just took this is again, it's like 7 notes. The nths are telling it to play first and third phrase, fourth phrase only. This one's first and fourth, and then this one's to play on the fourth phrase. So this is where the bass comes and kind of, because we're clipping now a little bit. So it's, again, like this is only 5 notes, but you get like a 4-bar out of these 5 notes. You kind of get like a 4-bar, maybe not 4 bars. It's a little bit different than that, but it's a kind of moving pattern. And if you want to hear the bass sound before, I mean, I didn't change it that much, so this one's pretty much the same. And I don't have anything fun going on the table here. I had thought about doing it, but at some point, doing all this programming gets kind of weird. Here is the melody, and there's 2 melody tracks going on here, but this is the original sound. So, I mean, I just chopped it on the M8 into 4 chops here, and really what the magic is to make it sound like it does now, which I'll play in a second, is I'm playing it in reverse, and then I'm doing the PP is doing a ping pong. So it plays in reverse, then it plays forward, then it plays in reverse. It's just going back and forth. Nothing too exciting there, and like no filtering or anything. And you can see there's nothing magical going on the table here, but I'm getting, again, like this moving pattern by using nths so that it plays or doesn't play these sounds sometimes, which gives you this. It's not, it's just the dry weather and how much snow and shoveling I've done. My thumbs are fine. But you can hear, like, sometimes it's skipping the notes, sometimes it's not. But you're getting kind of like these cool, like, little reverse then forward riffs from here. This track is basically just triggering that rain noise to give it some motion. What I am doing is a little bit of a pan. So this isn't a full stereo pan. It's not going fully left and right. But I wanted this in place so that, again, I didn't want this thing looping and just sounding boring over time. And then there's also some volume here that is just subtly going up and down to bring it in and out. So nothing like super amazing, but basically the reason why I have these FEs here is if I didn't, it would re-trigger this first note. So this is a little bit of magic that's going on, is that it triggers it, and then because I've got these other empty patterns, it's just going to keep playing that note until it's done, is effectively what it's doing. And then I will show you, this is the magic table, and I'll explain what the heck is going on here in a minute, and why it's even there. Because usually what you do is something more like this, where you'd have multiple rows where you're programming everything. I'll explain why I couldn't do this, though, in a second. This last one is basically the same as the melody. I just pitched it down by using table pitches. So a pitch F4 is pitching this down a full octave. You can see here it says pitch, at the bottom it says pitch -12. It's just a octave pitch down. And I basically just let it play the exact same pattern as the melody. So if I play this, you can hear it's like the same pattern, just pitched down. And it works fine because I have the reverse and then ping pong. So it doesn't matter how long the notes play. It's going to ping pong at a different point, but it still sounds fine. So why did I have to do this weird table? To explain that, the thing to keep in mind is every single one of these tracks is playing, or it's looping over a different amount of notes. So that's how I'm getting it to be, get like this kind of polyrhythm. So it doesn't sound, it's not playing the same pattern with other patterns at the same time. So because of that, if I just duplicated these, like if I go do this and then paste this in, you're going to see what's going to happen really quickly. I'll play everything. And what you want to watch is these green arrows. You can see that they're moving independently of each other. And that's a problem if you're trying to keep everything in time and do other fun stuff. So because of that, what I've had to do, which was kind of hacky, is on track 7, I've got this here. So each of these VT commands is basically where it says VT, the number is the track, and it's telling it what levels to set the mixer. And the reason why this works is, where's the magic? So table tick 00 says every time you get a trigger or a note event, move to the next step in the table. So it's going to start at this first one, which is basically if I have the mixer set where everything's off, it's going to take track 1 and track 7 and set them to, I don't know, like 80% of the volume. When it gets to the next note, it's going to do the same. It's going to execute this. It's going to go track 3, set it to 80%, and track 8, set it to 80%. So it is, and basically, if you come back here, you can see I've got this is a full bar. There's no like table hop tricks or anything. I'm not like ending early. So this gets me a full bar. And then these FEs here are empty, but they're a full bar. So this gets me 4 bars with 1 note in it. So what that means is for every 1 note that I play, I can effectively consider that this is it'll run each of these steps every 4 bars. If that makes sense to you guys, cool. If not, feel free to ask some questions. But where you see an E0, basically you can just assume that it's setting it to about 80%. And where it says 00, I'm saying turn it off completely. I could do some extra work in here to have like dropped levels lower, higher, moved them around. But I had already had some issues keeping this all working and in my head. So kind of gave up on that. But with that, to go back and show you, if I go turn all of these back to 0, I can actually kind of, if you've kept all up with some or all of that, I can explain what the heck is going on. Big one tower. So I would say if you can use the Poly-N Tracker Mini, you can use the M8, no problem. A lot of this stuff is pretty similar between the two. I'm just doing, like, the thing with the M8 is, I would say it's got a lot more next level kind of stuff if you want to get really crazy. And I was just doing this as a goofy challenge to see if I could make a complete song with just one row here. Turns out you can. It just requires a lot of understanding what's going on, and to explain it to you guys, how long have I been doing this for? Like, well, probably 20 minutes. First 15 minutes was me trying to record this off correctly. So I wouldn't say I'm not doing anything that most people would normally do. I'm doing something that was to push myself and stretch myself and try out some different stuff. So with all this, if I go play this now, I can kind of show you. You can watch every 4 bars where these tracks are coming in. So like that's where I had like the VT like 3 and VT8 where I set it to E0. We'll see like some more come in. So like you got like the snare come in now. But like big one tower, like I've done plenty of tracks that are like, if I showed it to you, you'd be like, oh, this looks like the Poly-N Tracker Mini for sure. But I can go load some tracks up if you wanted to see something. I am checking out the Poly-N Tracker Mini. I do like it, but the M8 is just like, oop, we're clipping a little. Don't have enough headroom over here. Let's put it back to like F8. There we go. I like the Mini, but it can't do quite as much for a lot of what the M8 can do. And the M8 streams samples off of the SD card for better or worse. 98% of the time, I would say for the better. I can load up like insanely long tracks and just use them as backing tracks if I want to. The Poly-N Tracker Mini, I think it's like around 64 megs of sample time, which is pretty substantial. I mean, that gets you a good few minutes of sample time. But anyway, so if I come back up here where I was on this page, you can kind of see like this is just where on this page where it's walking through all of those mixer changes that I programmed in. There's other ways I could have done this, but for what I was specifically doing here, because I was trying to challenge myself, the whole thing's just weird. I would not normally do this. So, anyway, let's, I went over it before a while ago. I can go load up. Yeah, it's fine. I say this. So this was a drum and bass track that I did for a different STBB challenge, and this probably, I mean, it might look a little bit differently, but this is what I did to program it that should look more like the Poly-N Tracker Mini. Like it's just like 70, 70, 70, 70. So like, that's just like the pattern that I have in here, repeated multiple times. You can see like 11 or 10, like these are just variations of this particular track. You don't have to have those numbers in the order that I've got them in. You can put them in any column. I mean, you can kind of do that stuff on the Poly-N Tracker Mini as well, but it's I mean, it's just like a chain. The one big difference, I'll turn it down a little bit. One big difference with the Poly-N Tracker Mini though is you can get up to a pattern that's 128 beats. Whereas on the M8, it's 16. That's it. You have to keep chaining. Basically, you have to chain multiple tracks together, or multiple phrases. So it gets you kind of a different. And this track sounds different with the newer firmware on it. I might take the time to take some of these tracks and see if I can port them over to the Polyend Tracker Mini, though. I don't think it would be that hard for a number of them. There might be some like subtle details that matter. But yeah, I don't know, Big Tower, does this look less imposing to you as a getting started, or still looks crazy? Well, maybe Big One Tower dropped, or it's like, I don't know what to say. I think I titled the stream with the STBB 913 or something. I could probably dig it up and send it to you. I did like a deep dive on it a while ago because folks were interested. But there's like a few goofy tricks I was doing, but it's most of what's making this work is and keep it simple is using the same phrase, but the one thing that the M8 does that's really nice is you can take a phrase and you can pitch it up or down. Yeah, don't tell anybody Big One Tower, but I actually have 3. But I haven't been part of the problem the last few orders. I don't think I need more. So, like, to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So, like, this 06 is really just this. So, it's just playing that over and over. And this transpose. So basically, it's going to play that twice, then it's transposing it up 4, then up 7, then up 5, and one thing that's like really nice on the M8 is if you set your scale and root note and scale, it will make sure as it transposes things that they were always in the scale that you give it. You can actually program it in to tell it to switch per track to different scales if you want to. Like, you can totally do that. I haven't gotten like into doing some of that craziness yet, but I know it is out there. It's available. You can certainly do that. But I mean, really, to keep everything in scale, for example, you see like I go 00447755. You're going to see that pattern a lot. So, like, this track is completely different in some ways, but it's doing the same 447755 to make sure that they are, as I'm pitching things up and down in this scale, they're staying coherent and consistent with each other. Similarly, like for this is actually the bass. I decided, like, when I went into it, I was like, I want this to be just dead boring. I want people to be like, oh my God, I'm so sick of this bass. And then kick into an alternate bass where I actually do the pattern so that it's like, oh, now we're unlocked a little bit. So, I mean, that's how I get like some of that movement going. What was the weird thing I did to... Oh, yeah, I put so another cool thing you can do on the M8 is this ARP and ARC command, and it's basically an arpeggiator. So I took, is really all I did was I took this, so it's just the normal pattern, and then told it in this version to run it through the arpeggiator, which makes it go, like, you can set the arpeggiator to go as fast as you want, but the arpeggiator is what's causing this to go like, faster. And I did this like on some of the different tracks. So like this one is, that's why you're getting like this movement here, whereas normally it sounds like this. So it has an arpeggiator, but this 5C is telling it that it's going to change it every, every 8th note, I think, versus over here it's 5/6, so it's changing every 16th note instead, which gives it that like double speed. Hey, it's good, man. Meta Africa. That's super meta. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is helpful or not, but I don't know. I'm trying to just help folks learn about the M8. I know there's like plenty of great videos out there anyway, but what else do I don't know. I got like so much. This was something I don't think I submitted this. No, I only have like, this is as far as I got apparently. This actually I think might have been a DiBiase track that I think I gave up on, or no, maybe I did it someplace else. I think I did on the MPC. I just saved it in the wrong directory. Yeah, because I've got a few here that I did for DiBiase tracks. This was probably me messing around and not actually making a full track. I probably did it on the MPC again. I know this one made it. I submitted this one for, yeah, this is like the whole track for what I did for a DiBiase flip challenge. Why are we getting no audio? Or the, ooh, I guess my links are busted for the sample. I'll have to go fix that. So I won't be able to play that. I mean, I got it up on SoundCloud, but won't be able to play it right now. Actually, I think I bundled it. Should be able to go load. If I go to the bundle folder, bundles. Did I? Maybe I didn't. Probably did this. What was this one? Oh, this I bundled up because I wanted to try comparing. It was just the track you were listening to. This is the cleaner version before I dirtied it up. This is kind of the prototype. What other bundles do I have here? Oh. If anybody heard this, this one needs a lot of love. I got to turn it down. It is like, I was working on this heavily for like 2 days. It is very hard. So if you don't like hard music, I apologize. Trying to not, like, it blew out my ears. I got sick of hearing it. So, like, I definitely need to come back to this thing and work on it. It's just super noisy. Yeah, I appreciate that big tower, but try listen. I have it on low volume. I was listening to this at full volume and hammering my ears for 2 or 3 days. So I can turn it up louder. So, I kind of think this is maybe too long of a track, partially. But I try to keep doing stuff to keep it interesting. So the whole thing, like, is on the edge of being unstable, too, which makes it a little crazy, but there is that craziness. Let's see. What other weird stuff do I have on here? I think this might have been one of my January tracks. The M8. I've only had it crash because I'm streaming way too much sample content off of the SD card. And that's usually because you're running everything at a very high pitch, which demands more SD card reads. So, I mean, like maybe once or twice, I don't know. Not much. This is one that I probably need to come back and finish it, because I'm looking at it, like I got it probably looping. Desert Island Gear. It is probably a toss-up between the MPC or the M8 for me right now. The MPC you can do like a ridiculous amount of stuff with. especially if you have like a lot of the synths and effects on it. I mean, you can do a ton of stuff. Um, I'm having a blast with the M8. It's just like I'm trying to get into the mindset that I had with the SP404 Mark II and just like, how do I crack open all this stuff and learn how as much of it works as possible? And Trash 80 keeps updating things at a pace that makes it very hard to keep up. So hats off to him. He's doing a great job with that. I mean, this thing's like just bananas, what you can do with it. This one sounds a little toasty. This was definitely a January track that I finished. Yeah. I've been doing these all, like, wrapping these all up as bundles and just posting it on Patreon if anybody cares to check out or download this stuff. And if you guys have any questions, happy to like dig into like what the heck's going on to make any of these things work more. I think for people that work with trackers, it's probably nothing. A lot of it's not anything super exciting. But for folks that are like, I don't know what the heck you're doing, it can be a little crazy. It can feel crazy. What's your, anybody else have their own desert island instrument they would take with them? I think a iPad or iPhone or tablet wouldn't be a bad idea. You can get, if you get as many apps on there as you want. I think the M8 it has one of the friendliest communities. Trash 80 and the folks over on the Discord are amazing at answering questions. I think the community does a pretty good job protecting Trash 80 because a lot of people will like reach out to him directly and they're like, people will be like, please don't do that, just because he gets like a ton of stuff he's working on. I don't know. I like the M8. I've been telling folks if anybody's got questions, like feel free to send them my way. I'm absolutely happy to help answer stuff as best I can. I think the MPC or Tracker Minis are also good choices. I mean, one of them's the same one that I said, so I guess I have to agree. Like, no, for you, that's a terrible... MPC's terrible for you. Big One Tower. Don't do it. I think if the OPXY... The OPZ actually might be one I'd consider. The OPXY is, I know, mostly more capable, but there's, like, some things on it that I might have to say no to. I have like a few of these things where they just go crazy. So I had to add in an FC to basically kill it at the end instead of the start of the track. But no, I've been working on trying to get some stuff together and set up a live performance setup. M8s are definitely going to be part of it. I've been auditioning some stuff like the OP1 Field, OPXY, the P6 and stuff to like get like a little bit more in there. I've ejected most of it. The P6 would be perfect if we could actually send MIDI CCs like you can to the SP404 Mark II and control the effects. So it may end up being that I go like M8s into the TX6 or something, and then through the SP404 Mark II for effects. But the M8s, you could do like a really ridiculous MIDI control of external devices. So I may end up trying to get everything working with the SP404 Mark II. I just wish it was smaller, which is why I like the P6, because I really only want usually like 1 or 2 effects at a time, not like a whole stack of stuff. But I don't know. I'm probably I'm being too picky. I mean, I also was telling somebody today, I was like, I'm going to try to get back into doing like live performance, live sets. I could just do everything on the MPC and be done with it. It'd be easier. The heck was this one? Looks pretty simple. Getting like weird noise. I wonder if it's the new limiter. Yeah, I think the limiter. So this is running beta 8x, and it does have some weird accentuations compared to. I think I mostly like it, but I tuned this track to the limiter as it exists. I think the limiter is causing the problem here. Just gotta upgrade, I guess. Heck, why don't we do it right now? Let's see. We're gonna go. I think did I just download it? Yeah, I got beta 9. I want to check it out anyway. Thai uploader. Upload. Model 2 firmware. Open dev USB modem failed. Do we just need to be on this page or something? I don't know. I'll find out. Beta 9 open. Failed. Well, let's power cycle. See if it'll behave better. Upload. Open. I don't know what it's not liking. The cable. Oh, I bet you it's because I got a disconnect from m8.run. That's probably what's causing the hiccup here. Let's go. Sort of a disconnect. Just open a new page. Close that. Upload. One more try. Open. There we go. It is now running the update. I promise I will come back to m8.run in a second. I just want to see, because I saw in the release notes that we have m8.run. Apparently we can go into the limiter now, and we get some options. So let's see. So I still hear the noise, but supposedly we can highlight limiter and I think just hit edit. Nice. I dig that view. So we have access to attack and release. I don't know what the default values are. It just sounds a little... Like, I don't think that clicking should be there. Is it the... we're on bypass. I don't think I have any bus effects going. let's just go, instead of going through the SP404 Mark II, we'll go directly to the mixer. See if that changes anything. No, something's just dirty. It's okay, it happens. This is why updates sometimes aren't really great. Oh, boy. I think this was January 2, maybe? Yeah, this one doesn't sound noisy. It might just be that there was like something the limiter's picking up. I'd have to grab one of my unupdated M8s and switch over the SD card. Out there, Dada Cricket. I do hear good things about Renoise. I keep thinking I should check it out. Let me know if you like it. I'm mostly an Ableton Live guy. I moonlight with Reason Studio from time to time. This track needs something to keep it interesting. I kind of remember like being here. Like I don't know where to go from this. I put in the "it's okay" category. Oh yeah, this thing's a little nuts. I never finished it. Yeah, this one's got some crazy randomness going on. I don't know where I was going with this. I don't even know why I rendered this out as a bundle. Maybe I'll check it out. Although, like, lately, I've just, like, I spend all day on a computer. I'm not anti-DAW. I just don't always. Oh, I think this is somebody else's. I don't think I did this. There's some good ideas, though, for doing a, like one track, because you can only play one note at a time, so you have to do like a lot of crazy. You can get multiple instruments going, you just can't play them all at the same time, and they will cut each other off. But you can do like cool stuff where you drop into delays and things. I don't know who did this. I was working on my own one track thing when I started seeing like other people doing some of these things and started grabbing some of them. This thing's like pretty nuts. The thing is, it goes so fast to keep up with. I mean, if you haven't played with LSDJ on the Game Boy before, if you get an iPhone, I would say consider grabbing like one of the like Retro Arch or something to get the LSDJ ROM. Check that out. I mean, like the M8 functions like exactly the same. It's got like the same paradigms for a lot of stuff as LSDJ, or it gives you a good excuse to actually go get a Game Boy and mess around with it. I kind of dig Nano Loop, or Nano Looper, but I find it a little bit more obtuse to work with than something like LSDJ or the M8. This thing's still going. I don't know. I'd have to break this down to see what's going on. There's a lot. Every track is pretty different. What's up, Bug Out? You missed your chance to make fun of me for spending like 15 or 20 minutes trying to render out the track from here, but I did take the time to, as I said, I was going to go over it. So if you want to go rewatch from the beginning, 15 or 20 minutes in, I went through and did a full breakdown of what the heck I was doing with that track. Even though you get to hear me say, I don't know what's going on a few times on Discord. At this point, I'm just kind of digging through. These are just like different demos and things at this point that people have done on the M8. I'm just kind of curious to check out what the heck's going on. There we go. Oh, this one sounds cool. What I'm actually really impressed with on the M8, and I'm assuming that they're using a lot of, yeah, we got wave synth. There's a lot, I gotta stop hitting the wrong button here. Yeah, wave synth, macro, wave, macro. There is, like, even just the wave synth and macro synth sound really good. You can program these things quite well, but you've got wave synth, macro synth, you got the sampler, you got an FM synth, hyper synth, and then it has really good MIDI out and external control over like external devices and stuff. So you can, I don't know, you get like this and like anything like Yamaha QY70 or something, you can pair like one external synth with this thing and just like go to town. But this is a nuts level of programming. I'm not usually doing this kind of stuff. Like this is impressive to go through and do all of that. Yeah, because like basically the kills are like it's making sure that the note only plays for each line here is basically what is considered 6 ticks, and this is killing it on the 5th tick, so that you get these gaps. They're like, I don't know, it's an impressive level of programming to me. I don't know that I have the patience for it. Well, I got a little bit more time. Anybody have any questions or things they'd like to dig into or go over? Anybody want to, for example, make fun of the OPXY here? If I know people like to do that sometimes when I am streaming. So now's your time. Let me know. I actually like it, but it pairs quite well with the M8, but it's not perfect. know what to do. Maybe I'm done. I've been going for an hour 15 now. But yes, just imagine what I wanted to do a month ago was set up a suitcase like this, have a OP1 in the OPXY, then have some M8s, have the M8s tilted up, and then be able to close the case with these on top of each other. I think it would be cool, but it's also the more gear you get hooked up, the more things that can go wrong. So I'm in the trying to figure out what I'm trying to do. I don't know yet. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to drop. Take it easy. I'm going to take the dogs out, go see what my wife's up to, and all that fun stuff. And yeah, no gas bug out or anybody else. It's unnecessary. You get into having problems like I do, where half of my gear or more is now in my basement, so I can have room to use stuff I'm trying to focus more on. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.